Hi CTFO family, this is Leah Gregory.
And Cassie Weber, and we are part of your CTFO compliance team.
And we have been working on a series of training videos for our associates to learn to market the CTFO products in a more compliant way.
And today we're going to talk about how to create a compliant testimony. Before we move on, there are 2 resources already available to you when you are creating your compliant testimony. One of those is called a medical claim avoidance form, and that is located in your back office, as well as a video we created where it's a training about medical claims and how to avoid them.
And in fact, if you haven't seen that video just yet, I might even suggest that you take a pause, go watch that video first, and then come back to us. The reason for this is that if you don't know how to avoid making a medical claim, it's really tough to write a testimony that is actually usable from corporate. Oftentimes, we see things come across our desk where people want to share their stories with us, but they're inclusive of medications that someone is taking or surgeries they've had, conditions they've been diagnosed with, things like that. And while those are great stories and they totally get us fired up here at the home office, unfortunately, we can't show those with the general public.
And that's because those go against FDA regulations. So instead, we ask when you are creating your compliant testimony that you would focus on what your life was like before taking CTFO's product and what your life has been like afterwards. For example, in my own personal life, before I started taking our CTFO CBD sleep support spray, I had trouble sleeping through the night. I was restless, I was irritable, I'd wake up in the morning ready to go back to bed. And once I started taking our sleep support spray, I've been able to have energy throughout the day. I've slept through the night, not waking up, and it's been a great implementation to my life.
Yeah, that's a really great example of a compliant testimony. Many of you are actually very familiar with Karen Appy. She's an associate with us, and she actually gave a really, really powerful testimony at our 2018 gala, which we're not going to go into detail here, but the way that we would describe that one in a compliant way was Karen was essentially in a wheelchair because of medical conditions that she had, things that she was struggling with. She dealt a lot with fatigue and weakness, and she couldn't really walk much anymore. In fact, she was photo documenting her life consistently so that she could leave behind photos for her children. And within just a couple of weeks of starting the CTFO CBD oil, she was actually able to start taking shopping trips again. And a few weeks after that, she was playing tennis again. And she essentially has her life back. And while that isn't a complete overview of her entire story, as you can see, it's still very, very impactful.
If you have any questions when you're creating your compliant testimony, we would love to be a resource for you. So please email us at compliance@myctfo.com. We'd be happy to help you out.